Today, another GM recall. Today, the beleaguered auto giant announced 4 more defects affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles. 7 investigator Ross Jones is live in our newsroom now with the latest developments for us. Now, Ross.
Joanne, at least 3 more crashes and 4 injuries may be linked to this latest round of recalls, announced just days before GM officials have a date with lawmakers. As CEO Mary Barra prepares to return to Congress next week, General Motors today announced 4 new recalls, bringing the total number issued just this year to 38. Affected vehicles include more than 500,000 Camaros built between 2010 and 2014. GM says a driver can inadvertently bump the key, causing the vehicle to lose power. It's a similar problem that led to a mammoth recall earlier this year over cars like the Chevy Cobalt, a defect linked to at least 13 deaths.
What we're seeing with this current recall in the Camaros is an evaluation of GM's cars from an ergonomic standpoint. In other words, how the driver interfaces inside that car. And we're getting new scrutiny on these areas that probably have been neglected in the past.
Auto safety researcher and advocate Sean Kane said today by Skype that this recall is the latest example that today's GM isn't taking chances.
What I suspect is going on is that GM has gone through its lineup of vehicles and evaluated them in some detail, and those vehicles that may be on the edge or on the cusp of having a problem or having a problem that they wouldn't have identified before are now going on to the chopping block for recalls.
Also recalled today, more than 28,000 Saab 9.3 convertibles built between 2004 and 2011 with a faulty seatbelt retractor. More than 20,000 2012 Chevy Sonics where the transmission turbine shaft may fracture, and nearly 15,000 2014 Buick LaCrosses because a wiring splice may corrode and break. Kane says each of today's recalls may not have happened had GM not gotten into trouble for taking years to address those faulty ignition switches.
In one respect, it's good that we see that GM now has a new religion around safety, and that's great. It's certainly an improvement over what we have seen over the years. But, we're still not through this.
Barra and former U.S. Attorney Anton Valukas, who headed the company's internal investigation into the slow recall, will appear before lawmakers next Wednesday. From the newsroom tonight, I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.